Donald Trump wants voters to listen to what he says instead of looking at what he does and paying attention to the people that he keeps company with. Trump says that if he is president, he won't sign a federal ban on abortion that would make it illegal in every state in the United States. That's what he said. But Trump takes credit for nominating Supreme Court justices who then overturned Roe v. Wade, which was federal legislation that protected the right to choose in the first place. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, millions of women would not have to live in states that have passed their own abortion bans. I'm Steffanie Rivers, and you're watching my journal. Now, 6 years ago, Trump said he had a better healthcare plan for Americans than Obamacare. 6 years ago, at least 3 times, Trump said he would reveal the plan in the coming weeks. But just days ago, during the presidential debate, we found out that Trump never had a plan at all. Instead, he had a concept of a plan. Trump says he is for working class people, but he's against overtime pay. He offered only word salad when he was asked about the plan to reduce the cost of health care, of child care, and he wanted to cut Medicare benefits, all while he and the Republicans voted to cut taxes for the wealthy. Now, remember the old term, birds of a feather flock together? Well, J.D. Vance and Laura Loomer are the two dodo birds that Trump is flocking around with these days. And they're taking his public perception from bad to worse. And don't get me started on that guy who's running for governor in North Carolina, Mark Robinson. I'll save him for last. Again, you're watching my journal. I'm Steffanie Rivers. If you haven't already, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first to know. Now, first, J.D. Vance admitted during a live interview that he made up stories, or he keeps lies going to get the media to cover certain issues. Vance saw a social media post about Haitians stealing and eating pets in Springfield, Illinois. That's the state that he represents as the junior senator. Well, Vance called a Springfield city official to verify if it was true. And that city official said he told Vance that there was no confirmed reports of pets being stolen and eaten. But Vance went on to repost the bogus social post and took that lie and ran with it, knowing that it was a lie. Now, are these the kind of guys that we want to be in charge of America? A convicted felon with 3 baby mamas who cheats on his personal life and in his business relationships, and paired up with a guy who admits that he lies to get attention, even if it puts innocent people in danger? Are these the people that we want in charge? Now, Laura Loomer is Trump's campaign strategist. Apparently, her strategy is to use racist rhetoric to inflame the base, because she recently posted about the White House and how if Vice President Kamala Harris is elected, the White House will smell like curry. She actually put that in writing in a post a few days ago. Loomer and Marjorie Taylor Greene are fighting it out for Queen of MAGA title, because now Marjorie, you know what I'm talking about, Taylor Greene is coming out saying all kinds of things against that, as if she's not one of the most race baiting people in the world. So if you want to comment, I am watching the chat. It's going to be a short conversation tonight, but if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first to know. Now, who should be upset with Laura Loomer for talking about Indians and curry and posting racial statements? J.D. Vance should be the one who's upset with Laura Loomer because his wife and the mother of his children is Asian Indian. He should be offended by that Curry comment. But I guess some people are so desperate to be in Trump's circle that they accept their spouses as being collateral damage. That would be Ted Cruz and that would be J.D. Vance. Trump claimed that he wasn't aware of Loomer's racist posts, just like he claims in public that he has nothing to do with Project 2025, even though his agenda and Project 2025 parallel each other. And if you haven't heard, Mark Robinson, he's the Republican nominee for governor in North Carolina. Trump had the nerve to say that Robinson is better than Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I don't know if you're familiar with that or if you've heard anything, those comments, but I'm going to play it for you now. Stand by. I want to show you a couple of commercials that have been made. One is by Kamala Harris. The other one is by the Lincoln Project, or Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign. It's one of the commercials that they made. Let's check it out. I think I better keep it small so you can see the whole screen.
He's been an unbelievable Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson.
For me, there's no compromise on abortion.
I think you're better than Martin Luther King.
We could pass a bill say you can't have an abortion in North Carolina for any reason.
Abortion in this country, it's about killing a child because you aren't responsible enough to keep your skirt down.
I've been with him a lot. I've gotten to know him, and he's outstanding.
Donald Trump and Mark Robinson. They're both wrong for North Carolina.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Now that's one of the commercials. Here's another commercial that Kamala Harris or the Lincoln Project, they created. So many moving parts. Stand by. I'm trying to get it up here for you. Okay, I think this is it.
Latest about North Carolina Republican candidate for governor Mark Robinson? It's all true. He's been seen in public with a convicted felon. Not just any felon, but a felon who's found liable for sexual assault by his hometown jury. He even praises the felon.
On this stage today, I am endorsing Donald J. Trump as the President of the United States of America.
But a weirdo. He loves the felon, and the felon loves the weirdo.
This is Martin Luther King on steroids.
Everything you've heard about Mark Robinson and Donald Trump is true. They deserve each other. But North Carolina and America deserve better.
So those are the recent commercials that have been made to by the Harris-Walsh campaign and by the Lincoln Project. They are doing a great job. I mean, I'm not necessarily talking about the content, but just the way they're putting together these videos so fast. And I guess that's where a lot of the money's going, that people are donating to the Harris-Walsh campaign. But seriously, these dang comparisons to iconic dead people just have to stop. They just gotta stop. And I guess at some point, we got about 4.5 more weeks until the election. And then, of course, hopefully they will stop. Now, Mark Robinson is just the latest Black man to get the VIP treatment from Republicans. The last voting cycle, it was Herschel Walker, remember? Now it's Robinson. But don't be deceived by the book cover because Robinson blames unwanted pregnancies on women, telling them to keep their skirts down. You just heard that in the commercial, in the promo, ignoring the role that a male plays in the equation. Vice President Kamala Harris ran her own ad. I just showed it to you. So they know that North Carolina and North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Georgia are kind of like the states that a lot is riding on for the electoral votes. If either one of the campaigns, the Republicans or the Democrats, can take those states, or one of those states, or two of those states, or all of those states, then they're saying they are sure to win. So she's doing a lot of campaigning. You might have seen her doing a lot of personal appearances in Georgia, and she's doing the media blitz with all the promos in North Carolina now. And so, yeah, a lot of stuff coming out about that governor, the governor nominee, Republican nominee in North Carolina. Now, Robinson allegedly called himself a black Nazi on a message board at some point in his past, which he denies, but he admits that he said slavery should be reinstated. So, yeah. Now, do your homework, North Carolina family. If you know anybody who is from North Carolina or lives in North Carolina, or you have relatives there or something, tell them to do their homework on these candidates, as you should, but a lot of people don't. But do your homework. And I'm saying that because remember the family, North Carolina, the family in Kentucky, the Kentucky people, they made a huge mistake in not doing their homework on Daniel Cameron, who was then elected to be the first black attorney general in the state of Kentucky. Remember that? This Daniel Cameron is the same person who did not file charges against the police officers in Louisville who burst into Breonna Taylor's home, her apartment, and shot and killed her when they lied. Remember, they lied to get the search warrant to go into her apartment. And then when they came to break down the door, her boyfriend started shooting back, which is his right as a legal gun owner to protect himself and his household. And they ended up shooting Breonna and killing her. And so the person that they were actually there to go apprehend, they had already gotten him earlier in the evening. So there was really no reason for them to even be at her door. So Daniel Cameron was the AG at the time, and he made people wait. He's supposed to be investigating. I'm looking into it. Then he finally took it to a grand jury, and he essentially gave them the enough information to confuse the jury so that they did not indict those police officers when clearly they were in the wrong. They lied. They did not knock on the door. The neighbors said they didn't hear nobody say police, police. They just heard a lot of banging. Her boyfriend, Breonna's boyfriend, said he didn't hear nobody say police, police. He actually called the police to say somebody trying to break down the door. So at any rate, the people in Kentucky ended up voting in Daniel Cameron because he was endorsed by Donald Trump and he was endorsed by Mitch McConnell. And Mitch McConnell is another one of those people who want to be up under Trump and let Donald Trump talk about his wife like she was less than. And so anyway, these people, you got to do your homework. So Cameron let the grand jury let them decide instead of him doing all that he could to get those cops indicted. Why? Because they had him in their back pocket. That's why. So in November of 2023, Cameron ran for governor of Kentucky with the endorsement again of Trump and Mitch McConnell, and he lost. And I know that Cameron I knew he was suspect, even though I don't live in Kentucky, but a black man who's running for statewide office, who runs campaigns, and in those campaigns there's no black people. There, his mama, who is alive and well, did not campaign. No cousins, no family, no other black attorneys, no black clients. It just, something was up with him. If you can't get your mama to say, vote for my son for attorney general, something is wrong with you if your mother does not want to be on Front Street for you. Okay, so anyway, yeah, that just was enough for me to give him a side eye. But it was too late at that point for us to realize, or the people in Kentucky to realize, what was going on with Daniel Cameron. So that's why I'm saying that people in North Carolina, they need to do their homework on Mark Robinson. And as a matter of fact, I was in Greensboro the other day, and that's supposedly where he's from. And had I thought about it when I was there, I might have asked some questions about how people thought about Mark Robinson. But anyway, if you know anybody who lives in North Carolina, in Georgia, in Pennsylvania, those are some of the key states that we need to keep an eye on, or people need to make a conscious effort and conscious decision when they go to vote. So that's really all I got for you right now. If you haven't already, like this video, so when I post new ones, you'll be the first to know. And have a great week. And to find out more about the things that I care about, you can go to the written version of my journal. That's it.